Sports Network starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you feel that? Tell me, can you feel that? You see it coming? Yeah, let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing that I love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chillin' with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Turner brothers, yeah, we screamin' lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Roxamore Sports Network, coming to you live from McKeesport Area High School. Travis Newton with you on the call as we have a 12-4 score. The McKeesport Tigers leading over the Woodland Hills Wolverines early on here in the first period. We'd like to welcome you to our Roxamore Sports Network feature presentation here from McKeesport High School. A packed house, and it is loud. A lot of hype for this McKeesport team, including the 6'7" DeMonte Diggs, an absolute grown man down there in the paint. He's followed by Traverse Rowe, number 35, standing at 6'5". So Woodland Hills hasn't had to deal with too much height this season, being a shorter team, but they're getting a lot of it here and trying to adjust early by bringing in the young forward, 6'4" freshman, Kellen McDonough. Usually see him on the JV team, but making his way into the game early on to try and handle the height of Diggs, and that is going to be a lot to handle. Once again, 12-4 the score here in the first period of play from McKeesport High School. And the Tigers on the run, but we're going to get a kick ball, and we'll head back to the Woodland Hills Wolverines. So inbounding it now, McCullough in the game. He's joined by another youngster, Angelo Reddix, number 11, who's earned some playing time and now found his way into the lineup early on in this game. Coming back with it for the Tigers, the floor general, Bryson Keeson, the 6'2" guard, heading the point position. The Tigers lost it and then regained possession back in the paint. They're going to kick it around. Fake on the three, and now a lot of traffic players tangled up, and a walk called. It'll be the first turnover of the game for the Tigers. So Woodland Hills back on the offensive side. They haven't had too much production as of lately, and it's been because of the turnovers just like this one. Keeson, a strong take, altering the movement of the ball in the air and getting the bucket for two. Now a 10-point lead for the Tigers, and they seem like they're head over heels over the Woodland Hills Wolverines right now, as that ball is kicked out of bounds and will stay possession with the Wolverines. Robinson checking into the game for the Tigers. This will be his first appearance, wearing a heavy knee brace there on his left knee. So the Wolverines will inbound, still looking to cut down on this lead in the first quarter. We're going to get a whistle and a travel violation called on Reddix. So yet another turnover sends the ball right back to the Tigers as they look to work with their 10-point lead. So Bryson Keeson with 2 points, calling out the plays from the top of the offense, and a turnover this time for the Tigers. They give it right back to the Wolverines, but unable to capitalize, giving it right back. Keeson on the push, corner three up, short. Rebound by Robinson. Rowe going hard inside. What's got to give, and a foul down in the paint. We'll see who they're going to call it on. That foul will be called on Jihad Denard and will send the Tigers to the line. It's going to be Stanford, the 6'4" senior, heading to the charity stripe for two. Stanford hits the first shot as we'll get another player checking in here for the Tigers. Looks like it'll be number 30, Chafin, coming in for his first appearance of the day, and a deep team here for the Tigers. Splitting the pair at the charity stripe, the rebound by Denard. And offensive attack now for Woodland Hills. Look for them to get Velton Kinney going here. He's hardly gotten any touches. Now they're letting him work up top. Tries to put the shake on, but loses the ball. Another turnover back to the Tigers. Pull-up jumper. Won't find net. And now Reddix on the push. Wolverines have numbers, and a nice take by Rayshawn Robertson getting the deuce. So 15-6 the score, 32 seconds left here in the opening period. Now going to try another three. That is off as well. Strong rebound by the Wolverines, but they'll be tied up. Possession will send it back to Woodland Hills. That was the senior Dudley taking consecutive three-point attempts. So far, no three-pointers made by either squad, as the majority of the paints for the Tigers have come in the post. So back to Woodland Hills, some light full-court pressure just to get them thinking. Reddix running point guard. Stagnant offense here for the Wolverines. Now they get some motion trying to get into their offense. Reddix absolutely hounded up top by Dudley, and now a foul called. And a reach granted on Dudley. Keeps it with the Wolverines. It'll be a sideline inbounds taken by Deontay Murray. And now another player rotating in for the Tigers. It's about the 11th player we've seen. It's Bytko, the 5'11" senior, coming in. Jihad Denard, strong take, the roll, the bucket is good. And one, Jihad Denard, he'll head to the line for the three-point play. 15-8 the score, with just 2.8 remaining in the first period. So a lot of defense and not a lot of offense here for either team. Timothy Jenkins now checking in for the Wolverines. See if Denard can convert. Another friendly bounce, gets it to go off the backboard. So with 1 second, a heave from the Tigers. That will not go. So the Wolverines starting slow, but inching their way back into this one in the first period. The score 15-9. We're going to go ahead and take a real quick break and bring you right back here to the Roxamore Sports Network from McKeesport High School. We are back. We are live. Roxamore Sports Network here, McKeesport High School. Travis Newton with you here on the call, bringing you live coverage from this WPIAL matchup. Two teams fighting it out early on here in the first period as we move to the second quarter of play. A 15-9 lead for the McKeesport Tigers, and now going to pull a three off the mark. That was Robert Robinson, and a fast break failed by Woodland Hills as they gave it right back. Vernon Andrews, the young point guard, dishing it off to Keeson. Now another corner three pull. That one's off the mark, going out of bounds and heads back to the Wolverines. Woodland Hills down 6, a chance to make this a one-possession game, as once again the full court pressure being applied by the Tigers of McKeesport. Oh, nice dish into Jahad Denard. He'll take the easy one for two. A nice game so far for Denard, finding his way to the charity stripe and getting it done down in the post. So now just a 4-point lead for the Tigers, 7:07 remaining in the second. Starting lineup back on the court for McKeesport. The grown man, DeMonte Diggs, working hard for the ball in the paint. He's going to get it. Will draw the foul, tosses it up, and will go to the line for the pair. DeMonte Diggs looking for his first points of the evening. DeMonte Diggs, 6'7", senior for the Tigers. The southpaw pure on the first free throw, 16-11 now the score. Diggs, perfect from the line, hits again. Now a 6-point lead for the Tigers over the Wolverines. Wolverines hitting the road, a 5-9 record. Another good look into Jahad Denard, takes the contact and gets the bucket. Had a chance for a foul, but no call. Works it right back to a 4-point lead. Velvet Velton Kinney at the scores table, getting ready to check in. Trying to give him a spark on the offensive side as it's been all Denard in the paint. Strong rebound inside, tries it again, won't go. Diggs frustrated down in the paint and turns it over back to the Wolverines. Kinney checking in for Hainsworth, and it'll be Reddix running the point guard. Looks like a 2-2-1 full court press, switching up between zone and man, and an arid pass by the Wolverines, and Velton Kinney gives it right back. Coming on the fast break, strong left, reverse layup. Vernon Andrews with the two. Once again, eyes leading the defenders right to the pass. Luckily, that one's just tipped out of bounds and will stay with Woodland Hills. Deontay Williams barking out the offensive set. Nice pass up top from Hainsworth to Reddix. Gets the easy bucket. All the points for the Wolverines coming in the paint this evening. I don't even believe they've attempted a three-point shot, but they're within 4 points of the Tigers. The Tigers, the clear height advantage over the Wolverines. Keeson, three, up, good. Nothing but net for Bryson Keeson. Brings his team's lead to 7 now with 5:23 in the second period, 22-15 the score. And Kyer Hainsworth trying to go hard to the bucket, draws the foul and goes to the line. Hainsworth looking for his first points of the night here from the line. 22-15 Tigers lead. And Hainsworth unable to hit the first as Rayshawn Robertson He will check back in for Jihad Denard. So the Wolverines losing a little bit of height here. They're going to have to contest with Deontay Diggs. Robertson guarded for the beginning of the game. See if he can lock him up here with 5:20 remaining in the first half. Hainsworth splits it, gets the second to drop. Now a 6-point lead. Dribble handoff from Keeson to Diggs. Tigers slow into their offense, no shot clock. Oh, nice look inside, but deflected away. Good hands by Reddix and a push ahead to Williams. He's going to take the contact foul on the floor. Will grow on Traverse Rowe, his second. And now first time to the free throw line for Deontay Williams. Williams kind of put in a odd spot here in this Woodland Hills offense. A number of players you could be considered point guards here on this team, whether it's Kyer, Hainsworth, or Robertson, or Williams. Even Velton Kinney merges from a shooting guard into that point guard position. So they have a lot of ball handlers, and it's really hard to navigate who's going to be bringing the ball up every play. And when Deontay Williams knows he's going to be the one handling the ball, that makes it a lot easier for him to take control of this offense, which he is now running the point guard position, puts the shake on the defender. Falling to the ground is Reddix. Going to recompose the offense. Looking for the cutter inside. Elbow jumper. So good for Kyer Hainsworth. Gets the bucket to go. 22-18. Wolverines right back in it. Oh, great look inside. The senior Diggs. Perfect pass. And they're finding Vernon Andrews for the pair. Nothing you can do about that. He had 6'3" and 6'5" surrounding him on the sideline. Back-to-back turnovers for Woodland Hills. Now a 3-on-1 break. Robertson strong to the bucket, takes the contact, and gets the layup to go. Now a 3 for Diggs. Trigger happy there, and then over the back. The foul appears it'll be on the Tigers. And it will. Loose ball foul. As Jihad Denard will check back in. He's going to take Timothy Jenkins' place. As the Wolverines have shaved it to a 4-point game. 24-20, 3:48 remaining here in the first half. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break once again here from the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll bring it right back to you after this full timeout. Hello and welcome back to the Roxamore Sports Network, live from McKeesport High School. Travis Newton with you, and a close one here, 24-20, 3:48 remaining in the second period of play for the Woodland Hills men's basketball team against the McKeesport Tigers. The women's team for Woodland Hills coming off a big win from Rocket Mortgage Stadium, home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, where they took on the East Tech Scarabs. Down 16 in the fourth quarter, made an impressive comeback as they continued their winning ways through their competition. Kyer Hainsworth drew the foul before the timeout. He heads to the line with the bonus. Hits the first, now hits the second. Just a 2-point lead for the Tigers. Bryson Keeson, the 6'3" point guard, whipping it back and forth between him and Robinson. Keeson dish inside. Diggs lost it. Ball bobbled around, but taken by Jihad Denard, and once again a 3-on-2 poked away from behind. Possession sticks with Woodland Hills. And Jihad Denard, a player that's really been feast or famine this year for the Wolverines. They're looking to find more consistency as his game, as he's been either high or low. Felton Kinney going to try a three. He needs to get going for the Wolverines as that one's poked out of bounds. Possession sticks with the black and blue. Felton Kinney switching out with Deontay Murray to inbound the ball. They kick it out. Looks like they're trying to get a setup for Felton Kinney, but once again, Kyer Hainsworth feeling that mid-range jumper. He buys the bucket and ties it up, 24-24. Oh, and saying he's had enough, taking it in strong. DeMonte Diggs doing it all on his lonely in the paint. Gets the bucket and the foul, a 2-point lead, chance to make it 3 for the Tigers. Head coach for Woodland Hills, Matt Furjanic, saying his defender was straight up, hands straight up in the air. But he's not going to buy it, doesn't matter anyways. Diggs to the line for the 3-point play. Once again, a generous bounce here on these McKeesport High School rims. Gets it to go and a 3-point lead, 2:57 remaining in the quarter. Denard, full head of steam. A little bit too much on it. Ricochets off the backboard. Rebound to McKeesport. Pushing the pace once again. Diggs, a little bit out of control. Misses his teammate on the pass. Ball goes out of bounds. .6'1" sophomore Andrews making his way into the game for the first time this evening for the Tigers. Now the 12th player on this roster to make his way into the game. Another pass by the Wolverines winds up in the hands of the Tigers. Well into double-digit turnovers already here in the first half. Working hard in the paint and getting the bucket to go. That was Rowe. And that full court pressure really has been trouble for the Wolverines. Timothy Jenkins left alone in the corner, dribbles baseline. Kinney to Hainsworth. Hainsworth caught in a double team, now backs his way out. Kinney thought about it for three. That zone defense really limiting the Wolverines on the perimeter. That's what they got to do, though. Nice dish inside to Jihad Denard. Won't get the foul. Bucket won't go. And Denard just grown, manning him on defense. Takes it right back. Felton Kinney, corner three, puts it up. Oh, in and out on the corner shot by Felton Kinney. And now once again a fast break by the Tigers. Back and forth action now late in the second quarter. As that three's up, won't find its way in the hoop. The putback no good as well. See if Woodland Hills can slow it down here. A bunch of turnovers consecutive. Just get into their offensive set. Try and find a shot for one of your scorers like Felton Kinney or Jihad Denard. Timothy Jenkins didn't want that corner three. Now reversing direction. Ball around the perimeter. They tried to get it inside that zone to Timothy Jenkins. He got raked from behind, but a foul called. Looks like they caught him on the wrist, so ball will stick with the Wolverines. And Jenkins should be going to the line for the one and the bonus. So the score, 29-24, the McKeesport Tigers lead under a minute in the first half. A lot of back and forth action, but it's been consistently going the Tigers' way. Timothy Jenkins hits a big free throw there, now within 4 points of the lead. Chance to make it a one-possession game, possibly tie it before the breakage of halftime. Jenkins can't get that one to go now. Full head of steam. Going is Diggs. The floater good over the defender. Hainsworth trying to draw the charge, but will not get it. 31-25 now with 40 ticks remaining on the game clock. Freshman Reddix trying to shake and bake on the perimeter. Great defense, however, by the McKeesport Tigers. Jenkins had the wide open mid-range jumper, passed up on it. Wolverines pull out. Looks like they might hold for the last shot. Impressive defense throughout this possession by Chafin. Timothy Jenkins, Hainsworth, baseline floater, good. Gets the pair as time will expire. Launching it was Diggs. A fast-paced, high-action first half here from McKeesport Area High School as we head to the break at halftime. 31-27 the score. The Tigers lead over the Woodland Hills Wolverines. We'd like to thank you for joining us here the first half live on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll be right back. Don't you touch a button. Welcome back, folks. Travis Newton here with you with the Roxamore Sports Network halftime report. A raucous environment here from McKeesport High School. Fans from side to side, and the action resembled the fans here. Fast-paced, high action, a lot of turnovers for both teams, and a lot of running for the McKeesport Tigers. It was DeMonte Diggs. He had 10 points in the first half. The 6'7" senior guard getting it done in the paint and showing the touch with the floater to end the first half. For the Woodland Hills Wolverines, it's been all Jahad Denard and Kyer Hainsworth. They've been getting it done in the paint and at the free throw line. They've been to the line already 14 times in the first half. Look for the Woodland Hills Wolverines to continue to run. They don't have the height advantage. They are greatly behind, actually, in height with the 6'7" and 6'5" duo for the Tigers. So look for them to continue to run. They just got to take care of the ball, and once they get into their offensive half-court sets, really settle down and find a shot for their perimeter players. Trying to get into the zone, they need to get it inside the defense rather than working inside out, go outside in. That'll definitely help them pick up the offensive production. And for keeping Deontay Diggs off the glass, it's going to be a tough job as they are undersized. But just get a body on him, try to get him off the glass, and that will limit his points, as most of them have come from second points chances. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here from the Roxamore Sports Network. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Halftime Report. We'll see you right here for the second half action.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories. Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit for Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit for Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit for Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fitforboxingclub.com.
We're just under 5 minutes before the start of the second half on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening. While we have you at the break, we'd like to remind you to tune in for all things Roxamore Sports Network on social media. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, download our Roxamore Events app in the App Store, and visit at www.roxamoresports.com. You can check out our upcoming schedule. We have events all throughout the week here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'd also like to remind you to check out Cager's Custom Artwork flat rate logos for a cost of $50 for all of your logos, artwork, and designs. Hit up Cliff Cager at Cager's Custom Artwork. You can also email him at cagerscustomartwork@gmail.com or call 412-915-6873. So we have about 4 more minutes until we return back to the second half action here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Stay locked in. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Yeah. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Yeah. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow mine. Rock some more and hit hard, put them both together. What you got? Call it gold. Big money. Go hard every day. This game.
Today's game is brought to you by the hit single Worldwide, produced by Boona. Get yours today on all the stores. Once again, today's game brought to you by Worldwide. Check it out today. We are counting down here the final seconds of halftime before we get started. Second half on the Roxamore Sports Network, live from McKeesport High School on the road with the Woodland Hills Wolverines as they travel to take on the McKeesport Tigers. The Wolverines trail 31-27 as we get ready to start the third period of play. Live on the Roxamore Sports Network, Travis Newton with you on the call. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening. A fast action, fast-paced first half for both teams. A lot of turnovers, a lot of running. As we pointed out in the halftime report, a lot of the points for both teams coming in the paint. DeMonte Diggs doing most of the damage with 10 points in the first half. He's a force to reckon with, standing at 6'7", 210 pounds, and 4 years of experience. Woodland Hills down 31-27, looking to find their way back into this game. They are known for their third period runs. Let's see if they can work the magic. Here's Velton Kinney shaking and baking on the defender. Velton Kinney, the floor general for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, now dishes it to Timothy Jenkins. He's working at the top of the perimeter. Kenny loses handle, now regains. Deontay Williams kick to Jenkins. The McKeesport Tigers in the white jerseys, red numbering. Woodland Hills in their black uniforms with blue and white. And another turnover for Woodland Hills to start out the third period. They give it right back. Same starting five for both teams. For the Tigers, Keeson, Andrews, Robinson, Diggs, and Rowe. As Keeson tries a three, he hit one in the first period, won't get it to go there. Strong rebound, and the putback for Rowe gets two and extends the lead 33-27. Now back into this full court pressure for the Tigers, not letting up on the Wolverines. Deontay Williams, strong take, but went right into a brick wall and Diggs. Woodland Hills luckily keeps possession. Kick out, corner three, follow through, no good. Kenny wants it again for another shot. Won't get it, but Denard, the strong take and bucket. Wolverines trying to work the trap in the corner. Hook shot won't go. Nice hands inside by Denard. He thought he got called for the foul, but just a traveling violation. Nice hands on the defense by Denard, gives it right back to Woodland Hills. At 2-2-1 once again for Robinson. The Tigers hanging out back. Denard draws the foul and will go to the free throw line for two shots. Head coach for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, Matt Furjanik, in his second stint with the team. His last time ranging back to the 1994-1995 season. And on the other side for the McKeesport Tigers, Kevin Kovach, the tenured head coach. So baseline inbounds, they will call that foul on the ground rather than shooting for Jahad Denard. Nice stop and pop. Kyer Hainsworth doing it once again. Nice take by him. So back to a 2-point game here from McKeesport High School, 6:02 remaining. That three's put up, and now he finds his touch. Number 3, Vernon Andrews with his first trifecta of the evening. Wolverines looking to answer. Kyer Hainsworth with a head of steam will draw the foul and go to the line. The Tigers have had the number of the Wolverines. Woodland Hills, 9 wins, 28 losses when facing off against the Tigers since the 1987-88 season. 5-point lead, chance to bring it back to 4. Hainsworth misses them both. And a rebound by Keeson pushes it quickly ahead to Diggs. Out of control, lowers the shoulder in an offensive foul. Nice job of standing in there. Jihad Denard with the defense. Gets the ball back for Woodland Hills. Denard didn't necessarily have the best footing there. Yeah, the proper footing. But whenever you lower the shoulder and the player goes down, it's more than likely going to be called an offensive foul, and that's exactly what happened there for Diggs. Velton Kinney all alone. Kick out, good ball movement. Pull-up jumper once again. Kyer Hainsworth hot to start out this second half as the mid-range game has been what's really jump-started his game against the Tigers here tonight. Brings it right back to a three-point game and an errant pass straight to Velton Kinney. No numbers, but he's going to take it all himself, going right into Keeson, but a foul called. Actually, an out of bounds, nonetheless, ball going back to Woodland Hills. A chance to tie this one up with a three-point play. And just like that, a turnover gives it right back. 2-on-1. Look out for the alley-oop coming up. Won't get it to go. Pass off the mark. They had the 2-on-1. Perfect opportunity there for DeMonte Diggs. Now Timothy Jenkins, the youngin, going inside. A foul called, but on Denard in the Wolverines. Possession back to the Tigers. So it'll be Rowe coming out of the game, and the captain, senior guard Dudley, checking back in. DeMonte Diggs having a little word with his hometown fans. They were excited for that alley-oop, just unable to connect. Diggs not happy with the misconnection. He says, I'll do it all myself. I don't need a pass. Working hard, finding his way into the paint and getting the bucket. Push-ahead pass, good ball movement. Hainsworth unable to hand her. Now Denard from downtown, nothing but net. The power forward, usually used to being in the post, but he shows the touch from downtown, gets the bucket to go, and we're back to a three-point game. And once again, an offensive foul. The McKeesport Tigers probably going to say it's a flop, but it doesn't matter. The official called the charge. Once again, lowering the shoulder there was Diggs. So that's going to be 2 quick fouls on him here in the third period. I believe just the second foul for Diggs. The Wolverines back to attacking the 2-2-1. Had Velton Kinney for the corner three. The pass off the mark. Thought it may have been tipped, but they say no. It looks like a little bit of a miscommunication there. Velton Kinney pulled up and definitely could have made it to that pass, but he was looking to get to the three-point line. Corner three, in and out, rebound Williams. Robinson been quiet in this game, unable to get the shot to fall there. Keeson working that defensive pressure all the way out to midcourt. Rayshawn Robertson, Hainsworth once again, thought he got fouled, bucket won't go. Mix up down in the paint, jump ball, possession to the Tigers. A 2-point game from McKeesport High School, 38-36, with 3:21 remaining in the third period. McKeesport rolling the ball up the court. Point guard Bryson Keeson calling out the offensive set. A swap down low, nice pass in the short corner. Diggs won't get it, but gets his own rebound. And makes well on the second shot. Now 40-36 the score. And a silly turnover there by Kyer Hainsworth. Picked up his dribble in the backcourt. Tried to put it back down, and a traveling violation will be called. So after yet another turnover for Woodland Hills, they're going to need a stop on the defensive side, down by 4 points. Quick pull on the three, no good. Rebound by Hainsworth. Tigers trying to work the double teams. Kinney to Williams. Inside to Robertson, missed the bunny. And a foul going to be called. It'll be before the second shot there by Robertson. So a baseline inbounds once again for the Wolverines. Rayshawn Robertson, a 6'1" senior for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, drawing the foul, and see if they can get something going here with the baseline inbounds, and rather a turnover once again. Both teams having trouble composing the ball. Keeson looking for the one-on-one move, tosses it up with the left, won't get it to go. So both teams struggling to buy a bucket here. The Tigers putting them up, unable to get them to fall. And for the Wolverines, it's just too many turnovers. It's been their Achilles heel all season. And against a team like this that has height and talent, you can't turn the ball over, but a nice inside move in the layup by Robertson. He puts it back within 2. See if they can take a charge again on Diggs, coming in out of control with the shoulder down. Instead, Traverse Rowe tried the outside jumper. He won't get it. Kick out, Rayshawn Robertson, 3, top of the key. No good, rebound by Diggs. So we saw a lot of subs here in the first half for the McKeesport Tigers. Not so much in the third period, as Woodland Hills have worked their way back. The largest lead of the night for the Tigers was 6. That three-pointer off the mark by Robinson. Offensive rebound, Diggs off the top of the backboard. Both teams sprawling for it. And a foul called. And that foul will be called, I believe, on the Tigers, and Keeson, a loose ball foul. And Coach Kevin Kovach arguing that call with the referee here as we are going to get a timeout. The fast-paced action has not stopped from the first half. The score, the McKeesport Tigers 40, the Woodland Hills Wolverines 38, as we have just 1:15 remaining here in the third period and a 30-second timed out called by the McKeesport Tigers. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We're going to take a short break. We'll bring you right back to the second half action from McKeesport High School. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roxamore Sports Network. Travis Newton with you here live at McKeesport High School as the Woodland Hills Wolverines hitting the road to battle the Tigers of McKeesport High School. And it's been a good one, a 2-point lead here for McKeesport. Velton Kinney off the mark, Jihad Denard unable to get the rebound, and now a foul 80 feet from the basket will take us to a sideline inbounds here for the Tigers. Coach Kevin Kovach for the Tigers still getting his point in on that prior loose ball foul called on Bryson Keeson. Keeson, after getting the foul, sticking at that point guard position, gonna pull a tray. No good, rebound, Kyer Hainsworth, and trying to push it way ahead. Deontay Williams, a perfect pass as he leaps in the air and will get the easy bucket for 2 points, tying it up 40-40 as we're under a minute here in the third period of play. Andrews now subbing in for the Tigers, looking to add some size inside. Three-pointer up and good. Number 4, Robert Robinson gets the three-pointer to go. And really, Woodland Hills, we've seen them make three-pointers throughout the season. They've only gotten one here tonight off the pool of Jihad Denard. Now a three-point play, 10 seconds remaining. See if we can get a buzzer beater here to tie it up going into the fourth for Woodland Hills. Kyer Hainsworth wanting to go solo dolo, puts it up off the glass. Won't go as we head to the break. Third period over, 43-40 the score. And Kyer Hainsworth, rightfully so, he's been hitting his shots all day. Called for the isolation, but couldn't get the mid-range floater to go. So 43-40 to score as we head to the fourth. We'll be right back here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roxamore Sports Network. Kyer Hainsworth having himself a day from the field. He has 15 points, all of those off of mid-range jumpers for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. He is the second leading scorer for the team, following Jihad Denard, who has 16. Both of them putting up impressive performances this evening for Woodland Hills, and they've really kept them in this game. They trail 43-40. But have been in it throughout, even though they are undersized and undermanned. They've really been getting it done with the defensive pressure and keeping DeMonte Diggs to a less than expected performance, I'm sure, for him, standing at 6'7", 210 at the high school level. Certainly a grown man here. As it'll be Woodland Hills ball to start the final quarter of play. See if they can dig through here and get a win late. Like I mentioned, third quarters have been their strong suit, but they have given games away in the fourth. So let's see if they can keep their foot on the pedal. They haven't had the lead in this game. They've tied it multiple times, and they trail by 3 now. Rayshawn Robertson tries the reverse layup. Strong rebound, Tigers. Traverse Rowe now taking the point guard position. He stands at 6'5". Really a lot of height throughout this lineup. I believe the shortest player on the court right now at 6'2". While the Wolverines are going with a shorter lineup, trying the three in the corner, there was Vernon Andrews. Can't buy it. Ball sticks with the Tigers. So an inbounds under the basket here for the Tigers, getting it into Diggs. Hard to stop that, but they will initially. Ball on the ground. And now Diggs, a foul called, but on the floor as he was already flexing, thought he had the three-point play. Instead, it's going to be another baseline inbounds. So 7:01 remaining, and a nice rake down there by Reddix. Good defense by the freshman. Rayshawn Robertson going hard to the basket. They're going to say he pushed off with the offhand, sends it right back. Offensive foul and a turnover for Woodland Hills. Once again, we would like to thank you for joining us here on the Roxamore Sports Network. Head to www.roxamoresports.com and hit the schedule tab to see what we have going on through the remainder of the week. Of course, we are very excited for the MLK Stand Up Against Violence tournament that is coming on MLK weekend. It'll be the 17th through the 20th. 3.5 days of nothing but basketball from Woodland Hills High School. We'll be there for every game in the main court as Reddick tosses up the three-point shot. And the Tigers bailing him out with the foul as he will head to the line for 2. Angelo Reddick standing at 5'11", the freshman guard, and definitely a lot of potential in his game. Already a strong ball handler. Just see him work on that shot a little bit, and a ton of potential here as he works his way throughout his 4 years at Woodland Hills High School. And both cheerleading squads getting into it here at McKeesport High School. A lot of noise as a packed house, standing room only. Reddicks will split the pair, hitting the first and missing the second. And Coach Kevin Kovac running down the sideline and getting his timeout for his team. Didn't like the offensive set they worked themselves into. So it's still a 2-point lead here for the Tigers, 43-41 with 6:16 remaining in the fourth period. Once again, we would like to remind you that this game is brought to you by Cagers Custom Artwork. For all of your logo, artwork, and design needs, hit up Cagers Custom Artwork at 412-915-6873 or by email at cagemscustomartwork@gmail.com, all for a flat rate of $50 on all logos. Once again, that's Cagers Custom Artwork. A full timeout called here by Coach Kovac for the McKeesport Tigers. I'm not sure if they were expecting such a competitive game. You saw a lot of confidence and warm-ups for this team, but Woodland Hills not a team to back down. They're undersized and undermanned, but they have been fighting with the best of them this season. Within 2 points of the lead, 43-41.
This game has also been brought to you by the Roxamore Event Ministry with their third annual Night to Remember, which will be taking place Sunday, February 9th, 2020 at the Central Northside Banquet Hall on West North Avenue on the north side. Get your tickets today by going to roxamoreevents.com to get your tickets today for that event. $55 a piece.
We are back, and the action is live from McKeesport High School. Keeson trying the mid-range jumper, but the tip is good by DeMonte Diggs, showing his offensive rebounding presence there. So the Tigers with the height advantage, the long reach, they're going to sit in that zone defense. Looks like a 3-2, just rotating around the perimeter, and the hand's effective there. Keeson pokes it away. Now Diggs going hard to the hoop. Wanted the slam, but got the layup off the glass. Good for two, and now the Tigers starting to pull away here in the fourth period. Wolverines need a stop. But first on the offensive side, they need a bucket. Jahad Denard, and once again, the hands active by Keeson. He hits the deck, ball rolling toward the sideline, but Kyer Hainsworth enough speed to get it before it goes out of bounds. And Coach Verjanik not happy with the play of his team here. Midway through the fourth quarter, the lead extended to 6 for the McKeesport Tigers, 47-41. And like I said, a third quarter team here for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, but they have had their tendencies to break down in the fourth. We're seeing that here as a pair of turnovers as the McKeesport Tigers switch into that 3-2 zone defense. With that length, it's going to be really hard to get it inside. They got to work it down to the baseline and then try to feed it into the block from there. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow my.
We are back and we are live coverage here on the Roxamore Sports Network. 47-41 the score. The Tigers of McKeesport lead over the Wolverines of Woodland Hills. And almost another turnover coming off the timeout. Deontay Williams, strong take inside, gets the bump, the foul, and will head to the line for a pair. Like I mentioned earlier, the Wolverines 9-28 all-time since the 1987-88 year. The first season of basketball for Woodland Hills against the McKeesport Tigers. Looking to work that number a little bit closer to 500. Williams not helping the cause as that one jiggles in and out. Can't get the bucket to go. So it'll be Traverse Rowe coming out of the game. And number 2, Robinson checking in. So Williams can't buy either of the free throws. Another young guard on this team. The team is riddled with them. A lot of high hopes for the oncoming seasons. But they're trying to get their work in here in the 2019-2020 year. Robertson, the 3 off the mark, and once again, Diggs working hard inside. The offensive rebound and putback is good. Now an 8-point lead with 4:30 remaining. Velton Kinney has been unusually quiet tonight, and he really hasn't gotten his shots. The team in general struggling with this zone defense with the long arms. Most of their points in this game coming inside the paint and on the fast break. So another foul by the Tigers puts the Wolverines in the bonus once again. So we'll get a 1-and-1 here from Kyer Hainsworth, and this is just what the Wolverines need. The clock stopped and a chance for free points. After Williams missed 2 in a row, Hainsworth gets one to go. 49-42 now the score. And Hainsworth having arguably one of his best games of the season. He now has 16 points, looking to make it 17. And gets the lucky roll going in and out and back in. He now becomes the leading scorer for the Wolverines with 17, eclipsing Jahad Denard, who has 16. And a petty reach-in foul there outside the three-point line. It'll be a sideline inbounds for the Tigers of McKeesport. Bryson Keeson inbounding. He's been in through the majority of the game. And nice help side defense coming inside and getting the ball out of the hands of Diggs. Poked away out of bounds. Ball sticks with Woodland Hills. And it's the original starting lineup in there for Woodland Hills. A couple of substitutes in for the Tigers, who really been rotating most of the players in from this 18-man roster. Robertson wanting the foul on the corner 3, won't get the call. The bucket, no good. Ball ricocheting off the side of the backboard. Woodland Hills down 6. They need a stop. Keeson inside, gets the bump, the foul. The bucket won't go. The foul going to be called on the floor before the shot. Inbound to Diggs. He's going to try and take it by himself. Looking for the kick-out shot, but a foul called. And Diggs going to the line for the 1-and-1. Diggs with 20 points on the evening. He leads all scorers in this one. And really to no surprise, 6'7", 210 pounds, the senior here for McKeesport High School. And Diggs showing some nice touch at the free throw line, gets that one to fall. So the big man can shoot it too. Now a 7-point lead, chance to make it 8, which will be the largest deficit of the evening for Woodland Hills. But that won't go. Off back iron rebound, Deontay Williams. Hainsworth thought about the shot from downtown. And they have shooters open in the corner with this 3-2 zone. 2 defenders down on the blocks. See if they can get something going for Velton Kinney here. Hainsworth going to pull from downtown. That one long off the mark. And a push on the back there by the Tigers will send Timothy Jenkins to the line now for 2 free throws. Once again, the women's Wolverines team coming off a big win from Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, home of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They took on East Tech High School and were down throughout much of the game, overcome a 16-point deficit to start out the third quarter and would end up winning by 6 points over East Tech. A great performance by the women's team and a lot of highlights by the Duns in the backcourt. Bryson Keeson at the point guard position, trying to zig and zag his way through this defense by the Woodland Hills Wolverines. His shot's off the mark, but the follow good. The greatest lead of the night for the Tigers at 8 points, 52-44. A dangerous cross-court pass, tipped and out of bounds. And you can tell this young team really struggling against the zone. That and turnovers have really been focal points for Coach Matt Furjanic with his young team. They're just not getting the message tonight, and it's hard to deal with that length, especially around the perimeter. So really having to get it to the corner and then dish it inside to the block for the best offense, and that's just really not the type of offense that Woodland Hills has. So we're going to go ahead and take it to a short break here on the Roxamore Sports Network. We'll bring you right back to the live action. I'd like to welcome you back to the Roxamore Sports Network, live on the road from McKeesport Area High School. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of events going on throughout the week. This week, we had tonight's game. Tomorrow, bowling at home against Braddock, and girls basketball on Thursday against Latrobe. That one as well is on the road. And then, of course, as we do every Saturday, the Roxamore Report detailing all the action throughout the week on the Roxamore Sports Network's coverage. So the Wolverines in a hole here, 2:30 remaining in the game, 52-44 the score. The McKeesport Tigers lead. But Kyer Hainsworth hitting once again. Brings it within 6, 52-46 with 2:16 remaining. Dribble handoff, Vernon Andrews now to Diggs. Diggs just playing bully ball, trying to get into the post. They tried the lob, and he's just too tall for these defenders. Both teams rough and rowdy in the paint as that layup won't go. Coach Kovac imploring for the foul to the referee, but won't get it. See if the Wolverines can settle down and get a bucket here. Timothy Jenkins passed up on the jumper at the foul line. Kick out to Kinney, who gets fouled and will go to the charity stripe for the pair. And definitely a frustrating night for Velton Kinney, just really unable to manufacture a shot in general. It's not like he's been missing a lot of them, just hasn't gotten many touches around the perimeter. And because of that, he's awfully cold here at the free throw line. He'll miss the first. Kinney bringing in his team within 5, 52-47. Hitting the ladder free throw there. Coming down to crunch team here. 5-point lead for McKeesport, and some great defensive pressure. Ball tipped out of bounds. Actually an over and back called. So a backcourt violation and a turnover for the Tigers gives it back to the Woodland Hills Wolverines, trying to make a late game push at McKeesport High School. So we saw a comeback from the women's team. See if we can get it here in the men's division on the Roxamore Sports Network. Reddix in control at point guard. Jahad Denard, kick out, corner three, Williams gets it to go. The clutch bucket, Deontay Williams brings it back to a 2-point game. And now here comes Diggs fast on the break. No contest at the rim, no good. The putback bucket is though. And now under a minute, lead back to 4 for the Wolverines, unable to get a body on number 24. And once again, he gets the offensive rebound and putback, and a big time bucket. Kyer Hainsworth loses control of the dribble, takes out one of the Tigers players. And so we will have a foul called, a bonus. And Traverse Rowe, it appears, number 35, will be heading to the line for a chance at 1 in the bonus. Right now a 4-point lead for the Tigers. Chance to make it 6 here at the charity stripe. Coach Matt Furjanic not happy with the turnover. He will call a timeout, hopefully in hopes to ice the free throw shooter here, as we'll get another full timeout by the Woodland Hills Wolverines. 54-50 the score. We will be right back with 46.2 clicks remaining here on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow by.
You saw it there, ladies and gentlemen, the Stand Against Violence MLK Basketball Showcase coming up from Woodland Hills High School. Can't wait to bring you that live coverage with some of the nation's top basketball talent. But we got a good game on our hands here, a 4-point lead with Traverse Rowe at the line, 46.2 seconds remaining. Ice in his veins at the free throw line there, gets the first to go. And that free throw missed, but a whistle blown before the shot. They had to straighten things out, did the officials. Make sure you stay tuned at the conclusion of the game, as we will be getting an interview, hopefully, with DeMonte Diggs for the McKeesport Tigers, and possibly a Woodland Hills athlete or coach as well. They're going to say one of the Tigers players went a little early there on the takeoff from the free throw. So some drama here late in the fourth quarter. McKeesport High School a 5-point lead. Let's see if the Wolverines can get it to a one-possession game. Angelo Reddix, freshman guard, Velton Kinney, corner three, up, good! Velton Kinney brings it to a one-possession game, 55-53. Down to 30 seconds, the Wolverines have to foul, and they will. A 2-point game, and DeMonte Diggs, the talented senior, heading to the line for a pair of very important free throws.
Travis, I have to join you on this broadcast, this wonderful broadcast here today. You know, I'm watching the game here with you, and Woodland Hills wouldn't be in this predicament if they would just make their free throws. This would actually be a much closer game.
Yeah, free throws have definitely caused trouble for the Wolverines all season. As you can hear the stadium getting into it here, a big free throw bouncing in and out and back in, but he gets it to go from the line.
Absolutely. I would say that's the big difference between these two teams. They're not missing their free throws.
And DeMonte Diggs is into this one, gets both of the free throws, and moves it once again to a two-possession game as Coach Matt Furjanic will call a timeout once again. The score, the McKeesport Tigers 57, the Woodland Hills 53, down by 4 with 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network. You stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Roxamore Sports Network. Travis Newton with you with 32 seconds remaining, and we'd like to point out our Woodland Hills player of the game, Kyer Hainsworth. He's just 1 point shy of having a 20-piece McNugget, and he's been getting it done in all type of ways. Mostly the mid-range jumper right around the foul line has been his bread and butter this evening, doing a great job of creating his own shot against that zone defense. That's why we made him our player of the game for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Player of the game aside, Wolverines in a hole, but definitely able to dig their way out. 25 seconds remaining, 4-point lead for the McKeesport Tigers. They want the ball in the hands of Velton Kinney. Wasting a lot of time here on the offensive possession. Outside, Kinney gonna try another three. That one heavily contested. Looked like it may have been tipped. And a rebound for Diggs, and a pair of free throws here can almost put a nail in the coffin of the Woodland Hills Wolverines here with just 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. So we'll see if it'll be a 1-and-1 or a double bonus here for Diggs. Diggs, as many points as he has numbers on his jersey, 23. Won't make it 24, however. Misses the first one of the two free throws in the double bonus. Diggs gonna miss them both. So a little bit of drama here from McKeesport High School with 10 seconds left. They need to put up a shot. Kyer Hainsworth gonna try the floater long. Kick out. Velton Kinney, three. Good, but time will expire. Too little, too late for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. The shot by Velton Kinney will go. The Wolverines in a heartbreaker. They lose 57-56. The final score, and Wolverines put up a lot of fight, but just ran out of time. So that'll be the end of regulation. We're going to go ahead and take it to a quick break. We'll bring you right back to the action. And we're trying to get an interview with one of the players here for McKeesport. We'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Here we go. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow my. Rock some more and hit hard, put 'em both
Travis
together.
Newton back with you here on the Rock Some More Sports Network with the 6'7" senior star for the McKeesport Tigers, DeMonte Diggs. DeMonte, great game today.
Thank you.
So we saw you utilize the height. We saw that zone defense, the 3-2, long arms. How did you guys come into this game on your defensive attack?
We just been watching film, practicing it every day. Watching film, we finally got it under. Like, we got it.
And 23 points for you tonight. A lot of those points in the paint. Has that been really how you've attacked? Obviously, at 6'7", it's going to be a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, my coach, he don't allow me to shoot for real, so I got to get into the paint. So that's it.
And a big win, obviously, tonight over Woodland Hills. How are you going to use this momentum going into the rest of your season?
Come back to practice tomorrow, working. Every day just working. That's all.
So once again, we're here with DeMonte Diggs. We'd like to thank you for joining us on the Rock Some More Sports Network. DeMonte, good game and good luck the rest of the season. We'll see you next time here on the Rock Some More Sports Network. Check our schedule out at www.rocksomemoresports.com. We'll see you next time.